those things are done in practice. As you can see, I've already used some git commands. Um, for example, I've used git initialize command and git help initialize. I mean, this is the way when you want to learn more about the specific command, you write git help and the name of the command. And as you can see, I've also used git config, global. Git config global means that you use the same username for all of the repositories in your computer. But if you specify it to local, then you only use that username for this specific repository. And when you use git initialize creates a local repository, and it's initially empty. And after you use git add and git commit, it will upload the snapshot of your commit history and your and each snapshot that is related to that commit in the local repository. So what can we do now is, for example, first we start with making a change in our file system. For example, let's say we have this classes.py, and then we do change 12 to 13. And what I want to do, I want to add that change to the staging area. Um, if we look at the status of this file right now, what we will see, it will be untracked. Get status, let's say cd classes. Oh, I should specify the path, I think, classes.py. Okay, modified. Uh, so this is the state is modified, and this is also called untracked. And this file is right now untracked. But when we add it to the stage git add and the name of the file classes.py. And now if we look at the status, git status, and let's look at the status of this file now, classes.py. Now it shows you a green modified, and red means that it's modified but it's not staged. It simply means untracked. And this green modified, and you can see it's staged. So this change is in our stage. So the next thing we can do, we can add that change, that commit, as a commit to our local repository. And when we do that, the local repository will store the entire snapshot of the project. And we write it like git commit flag m. Let's say classes file classes has been modified. Yeah, file classes has been modified. And the next, I actually didn't talk about it in the when I explained. The next thing is like we use git push, and it will send those changes to the remote repository. It will actually check the status between the local repository and the remote repository, and the remote repository will be the same as the local repository. So those changes will apply to the original remote repository here. So we can also do that, git push origin main. Yes. As you can see, we have the changes made, and we sent it to the remote repository. So in this video, we explained the concept of git stage, git status, which is for tracking the file status in the working tree and the staging area. We also briefly discussed the git initialize and git config commands. In the next video, we will talk about maybe branching. See you.